Well, I'm forced to harvest the garlic today, not because they're ready, but because of weather ready. This spring, we've been getting a lot of rain and wind, and in between all of that, it was hot, and now it's beginning to be humid again. So because of the strong wind and rain, these garlics have kind of like flop over. They're not that strong, especially with strong wind. My umbrellas would be falling over several times. So I know that these are not as strong. So anyway, unfortunately, they have to be harvested now. As you can see, if I don't harvest now, you won't be able to see them anymore because the leaves will start to disintegrate with the excessive heat we are getting right now. We went from spring to full-fledged summer. I'm not kidding. It's so humid right now and it's already 7 o'clock in the evening. So I'm gonna be really drenched with sweat later on. So anyway, yeah, if you can see that the leaves became so crispy like overnight. This one, you can see it's still standing. A couple of leaves, outer leaves, have died back. So when a few of your outer leaves have died back, that's a good way to know that your garlic is ready to harvest. And also when the whole plant flops over, usually when that happens, the plant won't be able to stand upright anymore, so it needs to come out. This is hardneck garlic, if you're wondering. So I'm just going to harvest these today, and I usually like to bunch it up in a group of 10 bulbs. So that way it's easier for me to count how many I have total. So anyway, it's sad. I was hoping that they would make it to July, so that way, well, July, mid-July. I planted these October, no, I think, yes, I planted these October 16th, around there. So they should be ready to harvest like anywhere from 8 to 9 months, but I was hoping to get a full 9 months. So anyway, we will see if some of them are over ready. You can tell when they're over ready based on my research, when you have one bulb splitting into like more than one, of course, maybe 2 or 3 bulbs instead of one bulb. So I already saw a worm right there. I just can't do worms. So this is actually the first time that I am planting garlic in this bed. So before that, I would grow zucchini, watermelon, any of the cucurbit plants. So this year wanted to try something new and just go ahead and plant garlic, because garlic does so well in our southern environment here. Very easy to grow. From what I know, garlic likes a nice, well-draining soil. It also likes a nice, rich soil too. And I can see, since this is our first year growing it, the soil is not too good. So you can see it, you can see the clay soil coming through. But I see worm activity, so maybe it'll be not that bad. So let's see. Oh, please go, worm, please. All right, look at that. Not that bad at all. And look at how big the stalk is. I was very impressed with these garlics this year because the stalks, a lot of the stalks were really huge, and I was afraid that the looks of them could be deceiving. So far, this is not bad at all. Medium size. And another good reason why you should harvest is that if you don't, all the leaves will disintegrate, even the stalk, and you can't find the garlic. So I'm pretty sure there's one or two that have died back and I'm not able to know where they are. But here's a good thing. Even if you can't harvest any of the ones that have died completely back, you can expect to have them come up the following year, even maybe in December or January. Sometimes if the weather is not too cold, you'll see them coming up. So even though you won't get garlic this time, you'll get garlic the next year. So that's another good thing. Oh, and I forgot, when you see a garlic scape like this, it means it's ready to be floured. So what you can do is you can always take it out and leave the garlic standing there for much longer, so it will continue to use its energy for bulb production instead of flower production. We'll just go the fact that I have a few leaves that have died back here or have turned brown. So, all right, let's see how this one is doing, and we'll just go ahead and harvest the rest. That one came out really easily. All right, we'll just harvest the rest and do a time lapse for you. Well, good deal. I have a total of nice and even number. I have a total of 40. All right, so I did see a few of them that have split. So this one right here is one of them. You can see that the bulb has split into two more. So this one was quite ready. You can see the stalk here is very flimsy, and you can see that also. Look at the leaves. It was completely ready, this whole garlic, and I didn't even realize it. Anyway, yes, so that one was a long time ready, and here's another one. It was beginning to split into two. And you can see the stalk completely brown, the leaves, almost all of the leaves are gone, and this one starting to do the same thing. You have one bulb right there ready to bolt. Same thing with this one. You can see the stalk is brown, most of the leaves are brown, and all of them, the neck here, they're all flimsy. That means they got knocked down by the strong wind and rain, and because of that, they were not coming back up, and they were completely gone after that. Let me see, there's another one. This one, the neck is gone too. I can kind of see, you can see right there that it's looking like it's wanting to split too. Anyway, not as severely as these other ones. And here, most of them, the neck have wilted down. They're gone. This one still there. This one gone. So I can safely say that a lot of the necks, most of them, were already damaged by the rain and the wind. And in this one, in this group, you can see this one starting to split also. This one almost doing the same thing. The neck is gone. All right, it is safe to say that I have been here for maybe 30 minutes or less, and I am completely soaked. It looks horrible. I probably look really horrible too. So I am completely soaked right now. So the humidity here is no joke. So just a recap, if you live in the South, garlic is one of the easiest plants to grow. It is kind of like a plant you just put in the ground in the fall. I usually start mine mid-September to October. Just leave them there and just let them grow. I only amend the soil a little bit here, but I think even if you can dig through your clay soil, meaning that you dig your clay soil so that it has plenty of room for the garlic to grow, I think you should be able to still get some good harvest the following year. The other thing is be expecting the rain, and if you have wind also next year, for example, just know that your garlic will be susceptible to getting damaged. So I would, if that happens, I would try to, harvest it as soon as you can, especially when you know that the neck is damaged, like it's going like this. That means it's broken and the plant is not going to come back, unfortunately. So if you can harvest it as soon as possible when you see that, and harvest them on a dry day would be good too, when you know you're not going to have rain for a few days. A good time to harvest, just because you're not going to have a lot of soil on the garlic when you're ready to harvest and dry them. So this is what I usually do, just like that, and then hang them up in the garage, a space in the garage that has been designated for the garlic. If you wanted to, you can probably just braid this too, just to get it get each bunch to be together nicely. You can do that. I also just take a few of the leaves and just wrap them together with the whole stalk. You can do it like this. And this rope right here, what I do is, this is when I go and hang it on some kind of shelving that I have, just like that. And the ropes I got for free. These came from the pine straws that were purchased, and they came with the rope. So I decided to save the rope because I knew that it was going to be a good idea to use the ropes to tie these garlics later, like that. And the reason I have the rope is so that I can hang these to dry better. For these other ones, you can just see, this is a big stalk, so all I have to do is just go like this and just tuck it down like that, or in. Just a way for you to keep all the leaves together. That's fine. The reason you hang these is so that you can dry the garlic completely for storage, for you to have some during the winter. I usually dry mine for a month or two. I would not say I'm a garlic expert, but I have grown garlic for several years now, and I usually get a good harvest and good storage shelf. I'm usually shy maybe a few months, so that's why this year I decided to grow more garlic. I also give garlic away to friends, so it's always nice to share something that you've grown, especially something that you've grown a lot and you have done successfully. It's always good to share because you know that sharing is always good. It makes the garlic growing. It makes growing garlic a lot more satisfying and joyful, knowing that you get to share your bountiful with others. This one is really small. This is the one I was going to talk about. So obviously this one either started late, or that's probably what happened. It started late. You can see most of the leaves are still intact. So this one was not ready to be harvested, but look at it. It's pretty much, I don't think it can stand by itself anymore. So, or it's because I just harvested, but I know that I harvested all the ones that were down. So this one definitely not ready to be harvested, and of course it died or died back very young. That's a shame, but they are still good to eat. And if you want to save the smaller ones to grow later, you can. I've done that too. These were store-bought garlic, so you don't have to buy seeds or anything like that. You can just go out to the grocery store and buy yourself some garlic and plant them in the ground, and you'll get a lot of garlic for the following year. That's it. This is all that I do. Oh, maybe let me do a little bit more so it's not very... Just like that. I will harvest this scape right here because that one would be good to eat. And anyway, that's it. That's basically all you do to harvest garlic. And even though these had to be harvested before their time, they ended up not looking very bad at all. I think that this has been a good harvest in this patch right here for this year. Nice harvest today, and thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful, and until the next one, I hope you take care. Bye for now. Alright, if you stayed on this long, I'm just going to harvest the rest of the garlic in this patch right here. So any space, any empty space that I have during the fall, I'll just put in some garlic because I know they do really well here. So this was just an empty space that I really didn't know what to plant here for a while now. So I was just, you know what? Let's just plant garlic. I know that it can do well every year. So that's why the garlics are here. This is might not be design wise, not be a good place to put garlic, but hey, it works. That's 6 right there. I think I should have a good 40 or so in this bed as well. If you stayed on this long, if you don't mind, if you could say something like hello or hi or something like that, so I know that you stayed on this long, I would really, really appreciate it. It means so much to me that you took the time to stay a little bit after to watch the rest of the video. And I know you're probably not gonna want to watch the rest of me just harvesting garlic. So I will say goodbye and see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.